A lot of people ask me, Steve, how did you get into magic? And I tell them the story about when I was a kid. I was quite obsessive with lots of different things. At one point I was all about martial arts. At another stage I was all about missiles and aircraft of the military. I was a pretty good sailor at one point too. Then I stumbled on circus performance. You heard me right, I can juggle. Yes, and I can do that old Diabolo thing and the funny thing with sticks and spin things around even when they're on fire. But I always had a passion for knowing what magicians were doing. I'm sure you all remember things like breaking the magician's code. For those of you that are a little bit younger, it was this freakily masked guy that used to tell you how all these big grand illusions work. Pretty captivating and quite interesting too. Although you'd never dare to try the things that he would do, because there was quite often a serious risk of doing yourself a mischief. Then I picked up a deck of cards, realised I quite enjoy this. Dynamo came on the scene, Darren Brown, but before those guys we had people like Criss Angel, of course the greats like David Copperfield, even Uri Geller with his spoon bending antics on morning telly. And as I got older, that obsession continued. I carried on with cards, coins, till I hit about 18 years old. And I found that thing called alcohol. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trashing having your beer. What I'm saying is, it kind of makes you forget when you're having such a good time about all the other things that you used to see as having a good time. Anyway, fast forward 20 years, I realised I quite like magic, and I probably miss it quite a bit too. I stuck my hand back in and annoyingly started pestering all my friends with new tricks, and lo and behold they were telling me, you're actually quite good at this. Anyway, one day I'm in the pub and my mate says to me, Steve, I'm running a charity event, do you want to come and do some magic? I'll pay you. I said, no, it's for charity. I don't want paying, plus I do this as a hobby, I do it for fun. And he said, but you're really good, you know, I don't mind putting my hand in my pocket. I said, let me think about it. Anyway, I get home to think about it, and I was about to say no, and I'm looking for YouTube, and I saw a video by a guy called Simon Squibb. Comment down below if you know who Simon Squibb is. Anyway, he was talking to someone on London Bridge about starting their own business. And the biggest bit of advice that he said was, just do it. Stop thinking, just say yes. I went to the pub the next night and I said yes. Before I knew it, one of his mates had rang me a week later and said, hey Steve, I heard you're getting into doing magic. Do you want to come and do a gig now? I remember back to that video of Simon Squibb and I said yes. Did the gig. Then I thought to myself, I could do this. Got some business cards printed. Fast forward a year later, Magic Steve is doing quite well. And do you know what? I'm bloody proud of myself. I've always tried different things over the years. I've tried to play guitar. I've tried to learn to play keyboard. I've had interests in so many different things, but never really stuck at it. This time round, I've persevered. I've stuck at it. And I just want to give a bit of advice to anybody out there who's got a passion, something they're interested in. Just stick at it, don't give up. And if you're worried or scared, do it anyway. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on. It's been great speaking with you all. If you're not following the page, please do give Magic Steve a follow. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you at a gig very soon. Bye.